Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dahuja, and welcome to the Quesnel campus of the College of New Caledonia. Welcome everyone to our celebration of success for our nursing students as they finish their time at CNC Quesnel and move on to their program at the University of Northern British Columbia. I'd like to mention today that we're on the traditional territory of the Lataco Dene First Nation, and we're very honored to be here and pleased at the hospitality of our First Nations hosts. What I'd like to do right now is I'd like to introduce Renee to you, and she's going to say a few words about the nursing program and some of the graduates. Renee?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be able to stand up here and speak to all of you today. We here in Quesnel are a collaborative program. The students do the first 2 years of the nursing program with CNC, and then they follow up the second 2 years of the program with UNBC. They graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing and go on to work in nursing wherever they choose to do. Once they have their Bachelor of Science, there's many fields that they can go and work in. One thing that I deeply admire about our nursing students is their dedication and drive, their strength and their desire to keep going day after day, assignment after assignment. Good clinical day, bad clinical day, they're still there. They come back every day. Your thirst for your knowledge and experiences are endless. Nursing school is a difficult and exciting journey. Each and every one of you have now traveled half of this journey to becoming RNs, all while maintaining jobs, families, and responsibilities outside of school. I congratulate you all on your hard work. Your knowledge and your skills have expanded tremendously in the last 2 years. Now, as you embark on the next 2 years of this fabulous journey, I remind you to use all that you have learned so far as building blocks to form a solid foundation. Your foundation must be solid to begin to build the walls. You all have this foundation that you can use to grow and develop as you move on through the next 2 years. Your journey thus far has been challenging and exciting. The next 2 years will be just as adventurous. Congratulations on your first and second year successes. We are very proud of your accomplishments. I look forward to being in the classroom with you again as you embark on the final 2 years of the program. I would also like to say a few words for Judy. She is our coordinator of the nursing program here. She is unable to be here today due to unforeseen circumstances. She is very sorry she was unable to come. She wanted me to tell you that she is very proud of you all and that she wishes you all of the best in the next 2 years of your program. Now, I will move on to the Leadership Awards. So every year here in Quesnel, we choose a student from both first and second years who have shown leadership skills. And I will speak on behalf of Glenda, Dr. Glenda Vardy-Dell. She is our Dean of the School of Health Sciences. We'll start with the first year NCBNP award for Quesnel. And this is on behalf of Glenda. My best wishes to the NCBNP class. We believe that the education you have received in the program will help you become leaders in your field. Many of you have already been exhibiting leadership skills throughout the program, and one of you was nominated for the Dean's Leadership Award. The student selected for the first year NCBNP CNC School of Health Sciences Dean's Leadership Award has been described as very friendly, approachable, and willing to talk to everyone. This student always thinks with a level head, and she is a good listener. I'm pleased to present this award to Danielle Leberge. Where is the award? Now for our second year, unfortunately the student who has won this award is unable to be here today, but I will recognize her. This student, who has been awarded the NCBNP CNC School of Health Science Dean Leadership Award, is described as willing to help others, reliable, honest, truly caring, an excellent nurse. This student is a team player and always tries to include all members of the group. She's kind, friendly, warm and loving, and she really cares about other people's needs. The second-year student who will receive this award is Jennifer Jensen. Congratulations to Jennifer. You want me to say this?
Are you done?
And that is all. Thank you very much.
Okay, folks, I'd like to introduce our student speaker, so I'd like to ask Zoe to come up and say a few words.
Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome to our celebration of success. My name is Zoe and I'm quite happy to be standing up here in front of you all to represent our class. But I'll be honest, public speaking is not my forte. I'm an outgoing person, but standing in front of you all is a little nerve-wracking. So I've been told that imagining everyone in their underwear is the way to go, so all of you right now are in open-back hospital gowns. Before nursing school, I thought it was going to be like TV, wiping a surgeon's fevered brow or helping a patient with a disease that doesn't even exist. But it's so much more. All jokes aside, this past 2 years have been an incredible experience with more incredible people, too many to name. These past 2 years have been full of learning, challenges, and excitements as we all strive to become nurses. As a group, we strive to help one another and to be the support each other requires. This is just a small portion of our nursing class that's here today. Some who have turned up were in India. She's returned to be part of our class today. Others who have started their employed student nurse positions already, and some who have just decided to take their holidays early. For all of us, first of all, I'd like to really appreciate our family, friends, and loved ones. This program isn't easy. It's emotionally, physically, and mentally draining. And we thank you all for the support you've given us through these past 2 years. I personally would love to thank my parents. Thank you for being the people that support me the most in my program. And then to our incredible instructors. Thank you for aiding us in the journey to becoming nurses. Thank you for facilitating our learning and giving us the opportunity to not only grow as nurses, but to grow as individuals. We will be forever grateful for these opportunities. And finally, to my fellow classmates, thank you. Thank you for helping me along in this crazy journey. This isn't easy, and I appreciate every single one of you. And good luck to everyone in the next 2 years. I can't wait to see what comes of it.
Okay, thank you, Zoe. She's still shaking as she's sitting down. I'm sitting behind her and she's just quivering. So it is a demanding program, the nursing program. It's 4 years that they have to take and dedicate to their studies, 2 years with CNC and then 2 years with the University of Northern British Columbia. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to bring the students up on stage and receive some acknowledgement from their faculty. Say it, say it, say it. Sierra Berg. Zoe Cullinan. Don't say it. Colton Faulkner. Say it for me. Etna Jacob. Etna Jacob. Camara Kelly and assistant. Anine Maria. Michaela Matula. Emily McMartin. Mavia Nidger. Casey Richard.
I would like to thank everyone here at CNC for offering me this amazing opportunity to get my Associates of Arts degree. With it, I will take one step closer to becoming an elementary school teacher. I would like to thank my family, my friends, and my wonderful boyfriend for continuing to support me through my academic career. I love all of you so, so much. I hope to continue my education in a way such as this. Thank you so much for everything. Take care.
Congratulations to Kim Smith and Kate Mullen for working so hard. You did a really good job. You worked hard for 2 years. Hope you have fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the academic procession?
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain standing, Katja, for the singing of our national anthem. Son's command, with glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you very much for the a cappella singers for their great performance today, part of the Q City Singers. Thank you. Dohoja, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the College of New Caledonia's Convocation ceremony. We are honored to be on the traditional territory of the Lataco Dene First Nation, and I'd like to introduce Ellie Peters, elder from the Lataco Dene, to bring us a traditional welcome from our First Nations hosts.
Dahuja, Kanet and Jan Hunzu Sanat Owestel. I greeted you that a greeting in Southern Carrier is what is happening today. I'd like to welcome you to the territory of Lataco, the Dene Nation. Kanet, Jan et Lataco, the Dene Nation, Habayenik et Azha del Sanawe del Jan et the beds ahund e Jan Honi Neyek Yenik et Desats e ha del. I said we are so welcome that you are on our territory and you're all gathered together in one place. I would like to welcome everybody that's on the stage. And Jan et the Bay Hunzu, Jan Sanat Awestel, et Jan et Sads and Hodal Jan Hodal Ku, et Hahandel. Like to welcome the grads that took them a long time to get to where they are. Et Jan the beds a hund e, Jan et Baapa, Baama, and the hint and Azhahandel, and all relatives, everybody has come together at Jan the Bay Hunzu, ancestor, creator, and Yudat Kat Jan et Sanat Awestel et Jan Tu Neba Honle, et Jan the Bay Hunzu, et Nzehetetel et Ninza Shohatutel. I have asked the ancestor, the creator, to bless us all to wherever the grads are going and everybody wherever they're going to travel. Au etse. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ellie. So good afternoon. My name is Morgan Ross. I'm the regional principal for the College of New Caledonia here in Quesnel. and I have the privilege and honor of being the Masters of Ceremonies for this afternoon's event. I'd like to take a couple of minutes now and just introduce our platform party. So to my immediate right is Henry Reiser, President of the College of New Caledonia. Next is Paul Campo, who is the registrar here, and he's in charge of the degrees. At the end is Jerry Bruce, representing the District of Columbia, or Regional District, Caribou District. Next is Mayor Bob Simpson for the town of Quesnel. And finally is Gil, who's the chair of the Board of Governors for the College of New Caledonia. So this is our platform party, and I'd like to welcome all of the students, honored faculty who are here, distinguished guests, family, and all the members of the audience. Welcome to our event this afternoon. I'd like to begin by asking President Reiser to come up and to address the audience.
Thank you, Morgan. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to all of the 2017-2018 CNC Quesnel graduates, and welcome to all of the family members, guests, and friends gathered here today. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we're on the traditional territory of the Lakota Dene First Nation, part of the Southern Carrier First Nation. I can't get over how many people are here. This is amazing. When we started 2 years ago, if there was not like this. This is amazing, and it's very important to recognize everybody for all of the work that they did to make this happen. I mean, it's crowded right to the back. Really, but today is about the success of our students. But first, let's acknowledge those who helped them along the way. Whether family, friend, or fellow students, your support has been integral to reaching this achievement. Let us take a moment to thank you for your help. CNC is proud of its graduates. Those of you convocating today will join the already considerable cohort of more than 100,000 CNC alumni members. Receiving your certificate, diploma, or associate's degree today is an important step, but I would like to remind each of you that this only marks the beginning of a lifelong process. As you begin or continue on your careers, I hope your experience at CNC continues to be a meaningful one for each of you. I know the skills you've learned at CNC will help you daily, and I wish a fulfilling career to each of you. As an alumni of CNC, you'll be ambassadors for our school wherever you go. Please stay in touch with us as you go forward. We're always interested to hear how our graduates are doing, and we're always happy to celebrate your accomplishments. You will, of course, be welcome at all of our college events. We may even have the pleasure to see some of you return to CNC to share your knowledge with a new generation of students, or even to return to study and explore different fields of interest with us. On behalf of our faculty, staff, and myself, congratulations. We wish you all the success in your future.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Henry. And Henry's mentioned that you folks will become alumni in probably about another hour, and being alumni of an institution is pretty important. I'd like to ask, where's my notes? I'd like to now ask Jerry Bruce from the Caribou Regional District to come up and say a few words on behalf of the district. Sorry about that, Jerry.
Guests, parents, friends, cousins, sisters, brothers, and our dignified group at the front. I've been given the task of an address, and during the thought process as to what would be said here, a couple of things did come clear. One is it's time to take a deep breath and relax. This day will pass, and others will come. The regional district is really appreciative of on being able to support the university and the college. The regional district and the city of Quesnel have been collaborating and cooperating on a number of things that we believe are helpful to the betterment of overall community. But I do want to bring a message from the regional district board that this facility, the graduates, the people who stay in the Caribou are so welcome here, and that we'll do our best as a regional board to support what you need and support what's brought to us in terms of requests. Well, today I did have the opportunity to ask, can I say anything I want? He said yes. And I thought, okay. The reality is, years ago I spent a decade teaching at Mountain Royal College in Calgary. That was before it became a university. It was when it was a college, trying to grow into something different. During that time, I had the chance to, on occasion, speak with students. And one of the questions that always came back to me was, Jerry, you talk about playing roles as we go through this life. Shakespeare talked about it. I think everybody knows about Mr. Shakespeare, that we're all actors on a stage. And from that, in response to the students at that time, and it was a young lady, by the way, she says, well, how can I play a different role every day, or play different roles, and still remain honest with who I am? And you know, that question still stays with me. And in terms of trying to answer it, I thought today might be the day to pass on a thought or two. My grandchildren maybe didn't appreciate hearing what you're going to hear, but I hope you will. The question is, how do we legitimately play a different role as we grow older? Because today is you today. It's not you tomorrow. And often in our education, we don't talk an awful lot about what's really expected as we grow from stage to stage. And I'm a little older than most in this room. I guess I've grown through more stages. But I want to take a minute to actually say, how do we do this? How can we take a theoretical idea like be yourself and say, okay, over the years, I'm going to not only be myself, I'm going to be a friend, I'm going to be a lover, I'm going to be a parent, I'm going to be a dad or mother, I'm going to be an uncle. Those are all different roles. And so what I wanted to share with you and to say to you today, well, how do we remain somewhat consistent with our basic beliefs, and what are those basic beliefs that keep us consistent? Well, I like the idea of a sandbox. Most of us here, at some point in our life, a sandbox was a normal place to be. We went there to play with other children. And guess what? When a bully came along, he kind of disrupted things because that wasn't the role we hoped that would be carried out in the sandbox. So to keep this reasonably abrupt and short, the sandbox rules are pretty simple. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Don't kick sand in my face. Share the toys so that we can play together. And by golly, I thought those are pretty fundamental values. If those values are legitimate, then as I go through the various stages of my life, then how do I determine what's legitimate for me? And the word authenticity comes to my vocabulary very quickly. The word authenticity to me means that you are who you are what your values are, and those values, even if they're very much related to the sandbox, can be pretty basic. The question becomes, when you get a confusion of roles, how do you remain authentic when you want to be a grandfather or a father encouraging his daughter or his son to go to school when they are quite of a different opinion? As a matter of fact, there are some, none here in this room, of course, there are some children that don't think their parents know very much at a certain stage of life. And I got news for you. As you get older, your parents get smarter. And, of course, as your parents get smarter, they also begin to understand that you're growing through a stage of life that you have to cope with. But as I said, this too shall pass. The principle of authenticity, then. If you can be authentic, if you can be who you are consistently as you change your roles, I think you can be successful. And you don't have to be two-faced. You don't have to say one thing to somebody and something to somebody else if you're authentic. And if you believe in honesty and integrity, if you believe in being fair, if you believe in sharing information and being who you are, then those are pretty basic values. And if you can live with them and you can do that, I just really want to encourage you to do it and not be afraid to. There's ages and stages, and there's been books written about ages and stages. But those ages and stages have different roles that are expected. Please, don't hesitate when you move into a new role to ask somebody to share with you what that role means. In my case, I'm a neophyte. I became a politician 4 years ago. Now, if you want to have some question about what's the role of a politician, for those politicians in the room, it's questionable at times as to how can you really be authentic all of the time. The real issues that are coming up are significant. You'll be challenged to take those issues on in terms of your fellow students, in terms of your age group. We have the reality of homeless. We have the reality of drug addictions. We have the reality of family breakdown. How do we deal with those issues and remain authentic when we have strong feelings? Well, from me, what I'm saying to you is that if you can remain honest with your values, there are other people who are always going to be going through changes in their life. And what they're challenged with today may not be what they're challenged with tomorrow. And sometimes what they need is a friend. And we're not necessarily taught how to be friends, but we're expected to be friends and friendly. The idea of versatility then is kind of what I want to leave with you. Please, feel comfortable in being versatile in the roles that are expected of you. Yes, in the morning you may be cleaning the kitchen and playing the role of wife or special other, and then 10 minutes later you're chairing a meeting of which is totally different expectations. Take them both on. Be authentic, be fair, be the best you can be. In closing, I want to talk about balance. Your president talked in his comments, or some of his written comments, about you've worked hard, you've put a lot of time to get where you are now. I want to caution you, as you proceed in your life, you can get wrapped up in yourself really quickly, you can get wrapped up in your goals, but please, take a look at balancing what's important to you with what's important to those friends who got you where you are. Friends, family, relationships. The concern I have personally is I really believe relationships are important. And in the last decade of my life, I've seen, they're called cell phones, and they're called computers that you can put in your pocket and you can talk to anybody. You can even sit at dinner and not talk to anybody other than the person on the other end of that little gadget. I guess it's my age and stage that I'm at. I'm really concerned that losing the ability to relate to somebody else, somebody you care for, the ability to talk and to listen, the ability to share family things in a very open way, I hope that's not going to be jeopardized by our willingness and our desire for the trinkets that are very handy and very helpful. And I guess what I'm saying to you is that's a change that I've had to deal with in my life, from kind of expecting the verbal stuff at home to where I'm seeing my grandchildren not talking with me, not talking with their mother, but boy, those thumbs sure keep going. I just see a caution, please. Relationships are critically important. The human relationships that I'm sure your instructors talk about as you go through your career, those human relationships are what really is important, and the change that goes on around us. Everyone in this room, all of us here, are dealing with change every day. How do we basically say we can deal with change? I'm saying remain authentic. Remain authentic to yourself, what you believe. Remain authentic with your values, and don't be afraid to speak your values as you mature. The question of versatility, I guess, is my final comment. The versatility of being able to be a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, a business leader, and to do it well, I think is one of your biggest challenges. And please, take that challenge on. The future is yours to a very great extent, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jerry. Some interesting words on authenticity and reliability, flexibility, very interesting words to keep in mind. Next, I'd like to ask Mayor Bob Simpson to come up and say a few words on behalf of the City of Quesnel.
So, the procrastination and cramming is over. See, you can see that they relate to that. The reason we procrastinate, apparently, is because we're seeking to achieve perfection, and we know we'll never achieve it. So we just keep putting it off, which then leads to cramming, which ultimately leads to a certificate or a degree. Like, it's a weird self-reinforcing cycle. On behalf of Quesnel City Council, and Councillor Rudenberg is here today, I want to let all of the audience know and the graduates know that we are always proud to come onto this campus. This campus represents so much for our community. You can see the sponsors, you can see the named rooms, and the community effort that went into making this campus possible, I think, is realized each year when we have these graduating classes. This is the reason that the community puts so much effort and energy into this physical plant. I'm proud of the relationships that we have with UNBC and CNC to make the degree programs possible, and for those who articulate into those degree programs. And also the partnerships that we have with West Fraser on our trades program, and of course the great work that Henry and Morgan and others have done for the expansion to that program. And thank you very much, Henry, for that. That's an awesome addition to our community. I'm also proud of the fact that this campus has become such a great part of our social life, and I'm sure many of you have attended different social functions here, but more importantly, that it's part of our social development, and again, that's represented in our graduation. Unlike the President and Morgan, I hope that you don't become alumni of the City of Quesnel, where you go away somewhere else and take all of your wonderful energy and experience to another community. I hope you stay with us. It's one of the great benefits of having a campus here, is that we get new residents with new skills who participate in our economy. Only you as graduates know the challenges that you've had to overcome. Only you know the support that you needed to get to where you are. And so as you celebrate today and you give those well-deserved hugs to those who have helped you get here, I hope that you will realize that you've just begun a new journey in your life, and that you're going to take all of the learnings that you've had over the last couple of years, however long it's taken some of you to get to where you are, and you're going to be applying it now as community members in our community and whatever other communities you go to. So congratulations today, an effort well done, and recognition well deserved.
Thank you, Bob. And great words on community, and the College of New Caledonia is very proud to be part of the community and continue to support the community in every way that we can. Finally, I'd like to ask Gil Maynard to come up and give some words from the Board of Governors.
Good afternoon. As mentioned, my name is Gil Malfair. I'm the chair of the board of the governors of the College of New Caledonia. I would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Caledonia First Nation, part of the Southern Carrier First Nation. I would also like to acknowledge our board members. We have a couple of them present today who are here joining us today as well. I've been on the board a couple of years, or going on a couple of years. I've been the chair just over a month now. I think I have to honestly say this is probably my favorite day so far of being on the board. It's just very exciting to see these young people who have accomplished these programs and who are moving forward with their next phase of their lives and education. So with that, today is a day of celebration and accomplishment. Overall, we are very honored that you have chosen CNC as part of your educational journey. As Henry mentioned, there are many people who supported you and helped you get here today, and I do think it's important to take a moment to acknowledge all those people. The college is an important part of the community, and if you leave for new opportunities, not that you will, but if you do leave for new opportunities, remember that each of you have the potential to make your mark You are truly the region's most valuable resource. As you embark on the next phase of your life, remember you are alumni, you are ambassadors of the college, and you're part of our almost 50-year history. Whether today is the end of your academic career or just one of the steps in your academic career, we are proud to be here today celebrating your hard work and success. As you walk across the stage and whatever challenges life brings next, I encourage you to remember everything you have learned and accomplished here at CNC. You deserve all the accolades that today's ceremony brings. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations from the board.
Thank you, Gil. Now we are going to present a special award received by one of our students in the Early Childhood Care and Learning Certificate Program. This is the Lieutenant Governor General's Silver Award Medal for 2016-17. I'd like to invite President Reiser to present the award to Rolanda Neufeld.
Here's my notes. Sorry. The Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal is awarded to a CNC student in a vocational or career program that is less than 2 years long. The recipient has excelled in his or her studies and has contributed to the life of their post-secondary institution of their community. I'm honored today to announce the 2016-2017 award to Rolanda Neufeld. Rolanda graduated with honors from Early Childhood Care and Learning Certificate Program here in Quesnel. Throughout her time at CNC, Rolanda was a model student, and her behavior in the classroom was described as exemplary by her instructors. She began to nurture her leadership skills as the class spokesperson, and this has continued into the community. As a student, Rolanda joined the Quesnel chapter of the Early Childhood Educators of British Columbia. Even though Rolanda has graduated from CNC, she continues to be an active member in this organization and attended the ECEBC conference again this past May. Rolanda has a strong understanding of how important it is that ECE be recognized as professionals in the field of early childhood care and learning, and consistently demonstrate this throughout all aspects of her life. So, Rolanda, would you like to come up? So please join me in congratulating Rolanda for all the efforts that she did.
Thank you, President Reiser, and again, congratulations to Rolanda. We're very proud of your accomplishments. We will now award certificates and diplomas to our graduates. Are you going to get your... Yeah, okay, so CNC's Applied Business Technology Division enhances students' employability and gives them a strong foundation for further academic studies. We welcome our Administrative Assistant Certificate graduates to today's ceremony. These graduates will be working in our community as administrative professionals in a variety of fields. First, I would like to invite Delaney French and Stephanie Wright, our student speakers, to say a few words. Welcome.
Welcome students, instructors, families, and friends. I'm Delaney French.
And I'm Stephanie White. Lizzie, my hands are not in my pockets. And we are the speakers representing the Applied Business Technology program.
One of my favorite things about this program was having a word of the day. So that being said, today shouldn't be any different. The word of the day today is the very first and very favorite from the year, which is defenestrate. Defenestrate means to throw something or someone out a window. For example, I couldn't wait to defenestrate my coursework at the end of the semester. Firstly, we would like to thank our families. This day would not have been possible without your continuous support financially and emotionally.
Next, we would like to thank our instructors. Linda, you have taught us how sometimes getting off topic, squirreling, if you will, can sometimes teach more than the textbook does, and how very important it is to back up all your files. And this might be offensive to some people in the audience, but I'm pretty sure I babied my flash drive more than I did my kids this year. Linda, you also gave the entire class a mutual hate for Barb. She is lazy, and we do not want to work with her. Rana, thank you for letting us learn what it feels like to lose sleep over 16 cents. And just because you spend hours and hours and hours getting your debits and credits to balance, that does not mean your trial balance is correct.
Lizzie, thank you for instilling a love for the word of the day. It started off as a way to expand our vocabulary, but once we were given the reins to pick for ourselves, each class started off as an urban dictionary one-upmanship. Also, we appreciate that you opened up your personal life to our class and shared your love for all things llama. The both of us are extremely proud of all of our classmates. When we walked into a room of 16 women, we were all a little skeptical. You all know how women can be. But we were all pleasantly surprised with how loving and supportive we all were with each other. Unless you stole somebody else's chair, then you were pretty much dead to us.
Ladies, we are honored and humbled to be among 14 incredibly strong, confident women. We want to thank each of you for your friendship, your advice, your words of encouragement, all off-colored comments.
Most likely Stephanie.
And of course, some inappropriate touching.
Kimberly.
Phoenix. Thank you all so much for sharing this incredible journey with us.
Thank you.
Wait. I didn't get to give a word of the day.
You're right.
And I love word of the day. So ladies of the ABTA program, I leave you with octopus. And you all know its definition.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delaney and Stephanie. Would the candidates who are receiving their designation for an administrative assistant certificate please approach the stage? Delaney French. Kimberly Gavin. Rochelle Hennigar. Suzanne Hutnick. Tess Layfield. Amanda LeBrun. Taylor Magnuson. Melody Peaver. Kyla Peters. Cindy Petrin. Rachel Phillips. Phoenix Ray. Bonnie Sheets. Rhonda Stewart. Sarah Valoy. Stephanie White. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduates from the Administrative Assistant Certificate Program. Graduates have completed the associate degree. This degree requires 2 years of university-level studies in a variety of academic areas. Students must complete a broad range of courses, offering balance with in-depth study in specific disciplines. Graduates of this program can move on to a university to complete the rest of their degrees. Would the candidate who is receiving their designation for an associate arts degree please approach the stage? Hannah Dean. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduate from the Associate Arts Degree Program. Next will be the Social Service Worker Certificate. Congratulations to our students who are completing the CNC Social Services Worker Certificates. Students who complete the certificate with us can continue in the fall to complete the diploma. These professionals play an important role in the social well-being of our community. Would the candidate who is receiving their designation for a certificate in social service worker please approach the stage? Kelly Quick. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduate from the Social Service Worker Certificate Program. Next will be our Social Service Worker Diploma Program. Congratulations to the CNC Social Service Worker Diploma cohort. A number of these students will continue on to UNBC South Central here in our campus. We are very proud of our contribution to the four-year Bachelors of Social Work program. These professionals promote social justice and social change, are an integral part of our community. I would like to invite Michelle Godfrey to say a few words.
Welcome, everyone. First, I'd like to start off with, as your elected student rep for the last 2.5 years, which ended at the end of March, I'd like to say thank you. I thought I could get through this, but since I've been here for the last 3 years, you all know that isn't going to happen. You know, I'll shed a few tears. I even brought my tissue. So, on behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I want to thank Ellen Winofsky, our instructor, confidant, and role model. You have helped shape our lives and our minds to become the best we can be. I would also like to thank our other illustrious professors, esteemed faculty, and the dedicated staff here at the College of New Caledonia for your roles in getting us here today. I want to thank also the parents, families, and loved ones of our graduates. There is something very special about the calling of social work, a desire to make a difference in the world, to alleviate the suffering, and address injustice. These qualities and values do not spring forth from a well. They are the product of those who inspire us. Thank you all for being our inspiration. On a personal note, I want to thank my family and my group of girls. We have been friends for more than 30+ years, and they believed in me when I wasn't sure I believed in myself. Without their support, encouragement, and patience, I'm sure I would not be here today. I am especially honored to be asked to represent my class. I am both honored and humbled. Sir Isaac Newton once said that if I had seen a little further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Each of us here today stand on the shoulders of giants, giants such as Bridget Moran, remembered for having consistently fought on behalf of the weak and underprivileged. Other giants such as Emily Carr, Jane Constance Cook, and Agnes MacPhail. The list goes on, and each of these giants stood upon the shoulders of those who went before them. Like those who came before us and those who will come after, we have spent the last couple of years becoming socialized into what the profession of social work is. We have written what has felt like hundreds of papers, spent thousands of dollars on books, spent thousands of hours studying, or close to it. We are our share of group projects, role plays, videotaped assignments, with the goal to become the skilled professionals who can provide competent and ethical social work services to our future clients. Today's speech is a tribute to you, and who better to pay tribute than a fellow student? Social work involves several key tasks: advocating for change to policies and services, identifying gaps that need to be addressed, and ensuring that the delivery of social services is humane, accountable, and efficient. That is exactly some of the things we have learned. We will seek to provide comfort to those in distress, emotional and mental illness, bereavement, and social marginalization. But we also need to speak truth to power. We work for social justice and to help marginalized communities find their voice. We will advocate for change at individual, organizational, national, and global levels. And so I ask you to consider this in your lives and your careers as future social workers,
to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. We have been taught during our time here at CNC that change must begin within ourselves. Therefore, I ask for you to practice this statement, not just with those we might impact, but also in our personal lives. As social workers, we will bear witness to human tragedy, suffering, and anguish. If we have taken anything away from our learnings, let it be this. Be aware of those times when we must comfort ourselves and allow those around us to comfort us. Take care of yourselves that you may better continue the work we have been called to do. At the same time, be willing to see when we may have become complacent in our privilege and knowledge, and to always strive to be more inquisitive and challenge our own assumptions. Never stop being curious about our own perspectives and motives, and continue to be willing to partake in self-examination. And finally, lest we hesitate to add our names to the aforementioned list of giants, I ask you to consider Mother Teresa's medical teachers and fellow nuns. Perhaps their names are recorded somewhere, but if it is, few people know it. But where would the world be today if the young Agnes, aka Teresa, had not had someone offering her encouragement, hope, and inspiration? None of us can be fully aware of what seed we are planting and what fruit will be born out of each seemingly minor intervention of which we are a part of. A fruit that may only ripen years after we have long forgotten the original intervention. History remembers the names of only a few select individuals, but we are all giants. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Michelle. Very inspirational words. Would the candidates who are receiving their designation for a diploma in social service worker program please approach the stage? Ashley Adams. Camila Anderson. Ton Chalk. Michelle Godfrey. Tanya Hannick. Kate Mullen. Sasha Parr. Brittany Raynor. Kimberly Smith. Nancy Stratton. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduates from the Social Service Worker Diploma Program. We also recognize today students who have successfully completed their BC Adult Graduation Diploma. Completing this diploma is often a launching point for students who will continue their education in many different fields. Would the candidate who are receiving their designation for a BC Adult Graduation Diploma please approach the stage? Christopher Heaton. Leah Uchazim. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduates from the BC Adult Graduation Diploma Program. Well, we're approaching the end of the official convocation, and there is one more important activity that we need to do, and it's the most important part for the grads, and that will bring our program to a close. But before we get to that, I just want to wrap up a few things before we move into photos and refreshments. So first of all, thank you for being here this afternoon. It has been a privilege for us to share this event with our students, their friends, their family, and our honored guests. At the end of the ceremony, and you'll know when that is by things will start happening, there'll be a procession out. The stage party will exit first, immediately followed by faculty, and then the graduates. So when the procession exits, please stand to honor the graduates. After the graduates process out, they'll return to the stage, and there'll be an opportunity for lots of photos, so you can come up and get some photos taken. Please feel free to come up and take photos with your loved ones. And everyone will be invited into the cafeteria afterwards for some refreshments, a chance to visit and get some photos and just have a good time. So for the last part, I would now like to invite President Reiser back up to address the assembly. Will the graduates please rise?
Okay, at this time, I would ask all graduates to please move your tassel from the right to the left. Okay. By the authority granted to me by the government of this province, I now confer upon you and those who are absent the credential to which you're entitled. I'm very proud to be able to officially present our graduating class of 2018.